Earnestly podcast coming to you actually on my 42nd birthday. It is May 1st, 2022. I am 42 years old, and we'll elaborate more on that on another episode. I just want to do a quick one here real quick because round 2 of the NBA playoffs start, and actually, as of recording, less than 2 hours. The first game of the round two is going to be Boston and Milwaukee. We'll get to in a second. Again, this podcast is describing all podcast catchers, of course, especially Spotify, especially Google Podcasts, especially Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, you name it. Of course, Earnestly Media YouTube page. Check it out. Of course, we're approaching 100 subscribers. Please subscribe. I want to get that would actually be a great birthday present if you guys could spread the word and find 20 people to subscribe to the Earnestly Media YouTube page. We have obviously all the different concepts in there. Like I said, the Take the Wrestling podcast we do on this feed. We do the obviously we just started recently doing the Wrestling Retrospective podcast. This past week we just dropped the first episode 2 days ago. It was an episode, of course, with me and Big Jim doing a watch along on the 20th anniversary of the Hulk Hogan's The Rock from WrestleMania 18. Of course, In the Paint, there are our weekly NBA show we do with my friends Zach and Chris. Of course, when football's around, football's awesome, especially too. That's another concept we do as well, and other things of that nature. So all those shows are actually have their own playlists on the Earnestly Media YouTube page. Also, to my birthday today, I do share a birthday with my best friend, my mother, Maria. Shout out to my mom, who turns 29 years old for I believe the 31st time. I think so. I think that's the number. I believe. I'm not sure. But happy birthday, Mom. I love you very much, and hope to see you later on. Okay, so this is gonna be a quick one, not too long, because I just want to do the quick predictions on round 2. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I worked all day and it's been really busy, and I came from work yesterday. I was very tired, so just want to get into it real quick. So let's go out west first. So we'll save the East for later, for the end, because the East is to me the most intriguing, in my opinion, anyway. Although all 4 of these series could be really good. We'll see. Let's start west first. You got Phoenix Suns, number 1 seed against the 4th-seeded Dallas Mavericks. Of course, Dallas took care of business beating Utah in 6 games. Of course, as well, the Suns beat the New Orleans Pelicans also in 6 games. Both are very good series. I'm going to go Suns in 6. But this is actually I think of the 4 series right now, this is probably the hardest one to predict because I think Dallas could push it to 7 games. I think the question is, though, is Dallas beating Utah in round 1. Was that more of just Utah underwhelming? Which I guess you could say that because when Dallas wins 2 or 3 games out the chute without your best player, and your team is pretty much surrounded by good players, but they're not standouts. I mean, you got Spencer Dinwiddie and a couple pieces here and there. Jalen Brunson's going to get paid very soon, but when Utah has one of the best rosters in basketball, in my opinion, on paper anyway, and they can't even take a 2-1 lead without Luka on the court, is that Dallas playing, to their potential or something, or is that Utah underwhelming? I don't know. But Phoenix is the best team in the league all year long, from start to finish. Devin Booker's back. He missed I think games 3 through 5. I think he missed also part of game 2 as well. So he's back. He didn't necessarily play well in game 6, but Chris Paul's playing fantastic. I mean, Chris Paul, for all this talk about top 10 players in the league, I'm not saying Chris Paul's there, but I mean, you can make an argument for it now. He's still playing at a high level, when he needs to. So, but I'm going to go Suns in 6 here still. I think they're just a better team, and I think when it comes down to trust. Who do you trust at the end? I trust Phoenix. I trust Phoenix to do the things necessary to win the series, and they're deeper. And I think they also can. You're not going to stop Luka Doncic, but you can at least slow him down a little bit. And they have the wings necessary to do that. So I'm going to go Phoenix in 6. I trust them more. All right, next series is the 2 seed Memphis Grizzlies against the 3 seed Golden State Warriors. This might be the best series of the entire second round. Seriously. Looking forward to this one. Lots of opinions in this one too as well. I'm going to go Warriors in 6 as well. I thought Memphis getting pushed back as Minnesota in round 1 was a good thing. This is a very young team, Obviously, I think had the second best record in basketball this year. But I think having Minnesota challenge them a little bit, because Minnesota blew 2 games, 2 big leads. I mean, they blew a 10-point lead in Game 6. Obviously, Game 3 they blew a 25-point lead, I think. And Game 4 or Game 5, I think it was, they blew big leads well too. I think Memphis needed that humbling a little bit, and it makes them stronger. But again, you played a Golden State team that, now, let's be clear now. Klay Thompson's not fully back. He's on the way up. He's had some good games, but he's not fully Klay Thompson yet. Who knows if he ever will be. Obviously, you have, Steph Curry, whatever. He's who he is. Draymond Green's playing very good. Obviously, Jordan Poole has been the guy that's really been the star in round 1 for Golden State when they beat Denver in 5. And again, it comes down to trust. I just think I trust Golden State more. I think Memphis could win the series. I think Memphis, if they play to the potential and the top level, they can do it. I just don't see it. I just think they're too young. I think you saw it in round 1. They weren't consistent. Like, you can argue Minnesota had better quarters from game to game than Memphis, but Memphis found a way to win those games. But what Memphis did against Minnesota, they can't do against Golden State. If you're down 20 plus points in a game, Golden State that leads them like going to stay there or increase because Golden State's that good. So I'm taking Golden State in 6. I'm just on trust. So we'll get a Phoenix Golden State conference finals in my opinion. All right, so now let's go East now, and my series, the 1 seed Miami Heat against the 4 seeded Philadelphia 76ers. Obviously, you got word about Joel Embiid. He's going to be out for indefinitely. Definitely, what we're hearing is definitely the first 2 games of the series based on the concussion protocol. And Philly was the dogs coming to the series anyway. I think a lot of this also was based on the performance in Toronto when they almost blew that series. Now, Game 6, they came out and took care of business with my 33 points, 30-plus points, I was. But I kind of say it for the record too. Also, why was Joel Embiid on the court when he up 30 points? I mean, Doc Rivers gets criticized for many things and is deserved. And obviously, with him blowing leads and 3-1 leads, I think multiple times, But why is Joel Embiid on the court up 30? He was already hurt as it was with a torn thumb. Now you have the orbital damage now. I don't get that. That's bad coaching. This is why when we did the independent a couple weeks ago and we're discussing top 15 coaches all the time, this is why I said Doc Rivers is overrated. This is why I've been saying for years Doc Rivers is overrated. This is why I've said he's not a top 15 coach all the time. He's not. And things like this, kind of remind you like some of his decision making is awful. So, I initially had Heat in 7 with both teams at full strength. If Joel's missing 2 games, at minimum, Miami should win the first game, have to shoot. And you tell me they can't win one more in Philadelphia, maybe at home in Game 5 and clinch the series. I'm going to do it. Heat in 5. Screw it. Heat in 5. I was going to go Heat in 6 initially, but I'm going to go Heat in 5. I just think, I don't know when I'll be back. My biggest fear, too, I don't fear, as a Heat fan, I don't fear James Harden, necessarily. The guy I fear in the series really is Tyrese Maxey. His speed could be the thing that changes the series, even without Embiid. Last time he played Philadelphia in Philly, back in March, he killed us. So, I'm going to go Heat in 5. So, there it is there. And finally, the number 2 seed, Boston Celtics, against the 3 seed, Milwaukee Bucks. Obviously, Chris Middleton for the Bucks is out for the series. The Boston Celtics, of course, took their business and beat up the Nets. 4-game sweep. Bucks took their business in Chicago. This is actually tough because You guys already know I have the Bucks win the whole thing. I have the Bucks repeating this year. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in basketball. I think he's been the best player in basketball for the last year now. All this about Kevin Durant being, no, it's Giannis. Let's stop that noise. But when you lose Middleton, that's a big deal. Now, I will say, you look at the Chicago series, first 2 games were very close with Middleton. And then Middleton's on the lineup, and immediately Milwaukee dominates game 3, 4, and 5 without Middleton. Not saying that's going to be the same thing I'll translate against Boston, because Boston obviously is very formidable. We agree to that. But does this, could that be a scenario that plays out also in the series? I doubt it, because obviously Boston is much better than Chicago. And a lot of people think that without Middleton, Milwaukee is toast. I don't know. I think Giannis is that good. I think Giannis, as I said, he's the best player in basketball. So I think obviously when you consider that, I think Giannis could somewhat make up some of that loss. I think also Drew Holiday, who as well has been playing in the last 3 games against Chicago, could make up some of that as well too. So I'm going to say Bucks in 7. I'm not fully confident in that pick, but I'm going to say Bucks in 7. Just because I trust Giannis and the Bucks, and again I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier when it came down to, talking about, for example, Dallas, Utah. It was same thing here with Brooklyn and Boston. It is what we saw in that series, a combination of Brooklyn just not having chemistry because of obviously Kyrie missing a shit ton of games throughout the year. Obviously, Kevin Durant had to take a load most of the year, especially at the end of the year, and not having anything in the gas left. Was it a combination of that, and obviously Brooklyn playing well and stifling defense, of course. But Milwaukee's team is deep. They got a lot of help. I'm not saying Milwaukee, they can still win the series. And I'm gonna pick the Bucks in 7 just because of Giannis, because he has made that leap. And I'll say it again: if Giannis if they win another title, we start talking about Giannis in the all-time great status, because now he has the back-to-back titles. In the same way we talk about Elijah Wan and other players that went back-to-back, because not a lot of teams has gone back-to-back. Very few franchises gone back-to-back, and if Milwaukee could do that, that conversation changes heavily. But I'm gonna go Bucks in 7 in this one. So again, I have Suns in 6. I got over the Mavericks. I got Warriors in 6 over the Grizzlies. I have the Heat in 5, because that's what we do here in Miami. Heat in 5. And I have Bucks in 7. So again, folks, enjoy the second round NBA playoffs. First round was fun. And that's weird to say that, how you enjoy first round despite not one series going 7 games. These games were enjoyable game to game. Hopefully get the same scenario play in this second round. So I'm going to go and tell my family now, make some cake probably, and go visit my mom for our birthdays. And we'll have a full episode podcast probably tomorrow. So till then, enjoy the playoffs. Love you guys. Stay up, stay positive, be kind to each other, and love you guys. Take care.